Once again, let me say how nice it is to see you all here for this special service honoring His Eminence Cardinal Reardon. Speaking of services, here's our own beloved Father Mulcahy.
Good morning. Well, here we are. It's Sunday again. I'm sure you've all come expecting to hear a sermon. Well, I have to admit, I'm not as prepared as I'd like to be. In fact, I'm not even dressed as I'd like to be. You see, I was working on my sermon, which I hoped would be a particularly inspirational one in honor of Cardinal Reardon. But I was called away, and, well, to be honest, I never got back to it. So, if you'll just bear with me, I'd like to share with you the reason why. I want to tell you about two men, each facing his own crisis. The first man you know rather well. The second is a patient here. Well, the first man thought he was facing a crisis. But what he was really doing was trying to impress someone. He was looking for recognition, encouragement, a pat on the back. And whenever that recognition seemed threatened, he reacted rather childishly. Blamed everyone for his problems but himself, because he was thinking only of himself. But the second man was confronted by the greatest crisis mortal man can face: the loss of his life. I think you'll agree that the second man had every right to be selfish. But instead, he chose to think not of himself, but of a brother. A brother. And when the first man saw the dignity and the selflessness of the second man, he realized how petty and selfish I had been. It made me see something more clearly than I've ever seen it before. God didn't put us here for that pat on the back. He created us so he could be here himself, so that he could exist in the lives of those he created in his image. Well, I know you didn't come here to listen to me. It gives me great pleasure to introduce His Eminence, Cardinal Reardon.
If I do say so, Father, you're a tough act to follow.